Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Leno56 and welcome back to some more Stationeers on the moon. So in the previous episode, we were working on the hydroponics bay, which we're actually making pretty good progress on it. We have the room built. I'm doing a too high ceiling, I think, because I do want to do the Larry, which I need a bigger room in order to actually properly set that up. So that's one thing I do want to do is automate our food production. I do need to bring in some insulated liquid piping in here so I can actually hook up our water to our hydroponic trays and actually start growing some more potatoes because we are getting a little bit low on food. Let's go refill our water here really quick. There we go. All right, there's water. Let's actually our power is low mainly because we don't have that Omni charger going. So I think temporarily what I'm gonna do is hook the power back up over here, just because we are kind of running into issues. And then I think I did figure out how I want to do the atmospherics room because um yeah, because of how small everything is in here, I'm gonna redo our piping because I'm not a huge fan of how this looks. And I'm also, I think, gonna redo our atmospherics a little bit anyways. So we have a bit of work to do in here, but it shouldn't take too terribly long because I know what I want to do. So get rid of all this. I was gonna say cladding, but it's not actually cladding. It's just steel sheets. Oops. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna redo all the piping. I'm actually gonna move the atmospherics machines back a little bit because that'll actually make it a little bit more roomy in here too. Hey, good morning. And so I have a bit of work to do inside here. All right, there we go. Yeah, if I can redo my cable management too, that'd be cool. Let's see. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna pull all the flooring up for right now. I don't actually need to pull the flooring up in the very back though. Well, actually, I will have to do that. Alright, there we are. Good afternoon. Well, it is good morning for me, so. Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna redo these atmospherics, uh, or these filtration machines. So this one's gonna stay oxygen. I'm gonna switch this one to CO2, this one to nitrogen, and this one to nitrous oxide, and you'll see why once I get everything set up. So we're gonna undo that, we're gonna undo that. Okay, and then because I need to empty everything, we're going to do this. And there, that'll allow us to empty all these tanks out, and then I can switch stuff around how I need to. Alright, everything's slowly going. Good news is that our battery is charging, so we finally don't have that battery symbol in the corner anymore. My guy is hungry, so let's go take care of our hunger while we're waiting for all that to empty. And you're freaking out. Oh, that's the only thing that's different would be the grow light. That's the only thing I can think of. I might have to pull it up so I can see it. I'm on third. Oh, there you go. Nice. Yeah, that Mars playthrough was pretty fun. I'm excited to do another Mars playthrough with the new terrain update to see how everything is. Okay, so it looks like all the tanks are empty, so that's fantastic. So now I'm gonna kind of just redo everything in here. Let's see, this is still gonna be nitrogen, so the nice thing is that because I have walls on top, I'm not actually risking deconstructing our frames, which is kind of nice. And then I'm going to redo our lights too, so I kind of have everything planned out a little bit. Alright, so this will be oxygen pipe. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do here is our oxygen pipe will be right here. This will be nitrogen and this will be nitrous oxide. I'm not going to have a CO2 pipe going through our base. I'm just going to have it mixed with our oxygen. So I will actually show you guys how I want to do this. Did you ever dismantle the starter base cabinet? No. I will. Because I'm gonna completely redo this section, so all of this will get dismantled at some point. Alright, so we have black pipes, we have white pipes. I do need some gray pipes. Ooh, there's no wall right there. Sweet. Okay. Do that, and then I need some green pipes. We'll just do that for right now. And then I will have a lone green pipe right here. So then I have one of every color. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to completely redo all this. Yeah, so this is going to be our oxygen. Or our air. So we're going to have a mixer right here. And we're going to have a mixer right here. Actually, I might do this a little differently. Yeah, let's do it like this. Let's grab our mixers first. So one there, and one there. Okay, and this is going to be CO2 and nitrogen. So this one's going to go like this because I'm going to use nitrogen as our coolant as well. And then I'm going to switch all of this to long pipe once I figure out where all the connections are going to go. So that's going to do that. And then this one will be CO2. We'll go like this. And then we have oxygen. Alright, perfect. So that's looking pretty good there. And then we'll have nitrous oxide come in right here. You're welcome. I forgot I did that. It was really weird because I have like ADHD, so if the keyboard isn't in like the perfect spot, I have to like move it to like find that spot again, which can get really annoying. Because it annoys me when I do that too. But I found a pretty good spot for it, so. Okay, so I think that's how I'm gonna do the piping. Now what I do need is I need a pipe analyzer here, a pipe analyzer here, and essentially I'm gonna have to write some logic. So when these pipes get to a certain pressure, it'll automatically turn off these gas mixers. And the reason for that is because if I have these on constantly, they'll constantly fill these pipes up, which can risk an explosion, which I do not want. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is I do need some nitrogen. And then I'm going to move these lights too, so let's do that really quick while I'm thinking about it. I do like these round lights. And we're going to move them up just a little bit because it will help us with our piping issue that we're having. There we go. And then what we're going to do is grab our wrench, some pipe, and then this is going to go like this. There we go. Nope, we're just going to do this, that, and that. Perfect. And that looks a lot cleaner too, which I actually really like that. Put an old hand towel under your keyboard. I could do that, but I actually found a pretty good spot for it, so. Alright, so that's looking good. And then I am at some point going to move all our filtration units up, but for right now I need to recolor code everything, which is a bit annoying, but... See, I can turn my light off too while I'm thinking about it. Alright, so white, this is going to be gray, this is our nitrogen, and this is our nitrous oxide. So then I guess what I can do is I can just spray paint these pipes too here. And then I'm going to have to go outside and redo our radiators too. So that's going to be something I'm going to have to do sooner rather than later. Grab our gray paint and paint this. There we go. Perfect. Everything's recolor coded. And then I just have to hook everything back up. I do need to go in and go on an oxide run so I can get some more pressure in here. Yeah, because these coolers aren't working because there's no pressure in this pipe. I guess what I could do, because it's a steady 53 kPa, yeah, no, I'll just go and mine a bunch of oxide. But for right now, this should work pretty good. So let's go on an oxide run so I can fully pressurize our base. Which that means I need to get rid of all this coal because I went and grabbed a bunch of coal last episode for steel. All right. While I'm thinking about it, let's go in here. We'll drop off a bunch of the pipe we have on us. There we go. All right, perfect. So let's go out on a little mining run here for oxide. Let's see, everything's good. Hunger's good, water's good, battery's good, and our oxygen is good. All right, let's go find some oxide. There's some right over here. Whee! Oh, that's right. I have that on. There we go. And then I can also use the sensor lenses to make sure I got it all once I'm done mining here. Alright, so let's see here. Did I get everything? I did. There's actually a bunch of it right here. Oh wait, that's nitrogen. Nope, I don't want that. There's some O2 right here. Alright. Well, actually, getting some nitrogen might not be a terrible idea either, because then I can help fill our nitrogen pipe. So yeah, let's get a little bit of nitrogen maybe. Someone needs to make a mod to turn the avatar into Lord Helmet from Spaceballs. That'd be amazing. I haven't watched Spaceballs in so long. Alright, that's probably enough for right now. Let's go find some more oxide. Hey, more oxide. Okay, let's do this, this, and that. Let's put you there, you there, you there. There we go. Okay. So that is all the oxide for now, which is probably good enough. Yes, I did know that they were making a Spaceballs too. I'm actually really excited for that. Alright, so I have a crap ton of oxide and a little bit of nitrous on us, which will give us both nitrogen. I think it has nitrous oxide in it too. Alright, let's turn our suit off. And then I should just be able... Uh-oh, were you not completely empty? That's not good. No, you were not completely empty. You're empty. You're empty. You're not empty. Okay. I'm gonna have to fix that really quick. Actually, I guess I could just turn these on. Well, actually, I can't do that, can I? Okay. This is what we're going to do. Dismantle, dismantle. I do need... We'll grab some orange pipe here so I know. We'll do this. There we go. Yeah, so that should help get rid of everything in here. It's just going to take a minute. Yep, it's dropping. Perfect. Hey, good morning. And empty. Alright, and you're almost empty too. Alright, empty, empty, empty. Yeah, alright, so all of these are empty, so now I can actually redo this. There we go. Alright, and then now while I'm thinking about it, I do need some pipe analyzers. So I need some electrum, which we have right here. And I have just enough. Perfect, alright. And then I think I figured out how I want to actually hook all of this up too, up here. Do one like that, and we'll do one like that. Alright, sweet. And then I can do logic, so then once these pipes reach a certain pressure, I can automatically turn off these gas mixers. Which, if this doesn't work, I can always kind of redo it. I'd probably do something that tedious between episodes, though, but... Okay, so let's hook up our cable here so I can hook all this up. Grab you, we'll grab our wire cutters. Alright, so I think how I want to do this... So we have a cable right here. So that'll go like this. This is going to be kind of tedious when it comes to the cable in, but that's okay. And then I think our main line doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, because I'm going to have lights right here. So we'll do something like that. And then these two will come in. Yeah, and that'll come like that, that'll come down, and that'll connect right like that. Okay, that'll work. Perfect. Then I should be able to turn these on. Yep. Alright, so this one is going to be 50-50, so 50% CO2, 50% nitrogen. And then this is input 2, input 1, so input 2. We're going to, yeah, we'll do a 90% oxygen, 10% the rest of this. So that should be like 5% CO2, 5% nitrogen then. Alright, perfect. So now what we're going to do is release all the oxide and nitrous we have in our inventory. And then it should be enough to actually start filtering through our system here. Jeez. And we'll have some come in here too. This should automatically turn on once it reaches enough pressure. Or maybe I'm gonna have to go get more. Dang. That actually increased it quite a bit. I'm gonna have to go out on another mining run, aren't I? Okay, well, that's fine. I can go out on another mining run. Let's see. I don't really need to redo the flooring right now, so let's place all the flooring back. And that'll actually make it a little less laggy too for us, which will be nice. Oh yeah. That's so much better actually. Alright, so we're gonna keep the ceiling undone for right now so I can make sure everything's working properly. So I do need to go out on another mining run here. How's our nitrous oxide? We have a bunch of CO... Well, not a whole lot of CO2 in here. I do need more CO2. And then I do have... I am wondering as well, because these are degassed ores. If I put these in a generator, I wonder if this will actually produce CO2 for us. Let's see, what do I need to make a generator? Iron and copper? Well, I have a crap ton of both, so I'm not worried about... I'm more curious than anything, but I can always use the solid fuel generator for something, so... Let's go grab some water. And then my guy does need a shower. So my main goal for today was to kind of redo our atmospherics room, which I did already, so that was one thing I wanted to get done early in the episode. And then I do want to work on our hydroponics room, which the room itself is basically done. I just want to start growing some food. And speaking of food, I need to work on our trader platform so I can actually get some seeds. So I guess my main goal is to actually get more seeds so I can make different types of foods and stuff. And then I want to slowly start expanding our pipe network and completely redo this section in our main base here. Let's see, let's get there. Let's see how's the solid fuel generator doing. Because I am curious to see if degassing the coal will still produce CO2 or not. I guess what I could do while I'm waiting is I can plant some more potatoes. I am going to have to get some more CO2. Oh crap, I need water. Oops. I forgot I didn't have water. Okay, so what we're gonna do for right now is I do have iron in here. just gonna make some normal pipe. Do you have the gas mixing formula? It makes perfect 2 gas mixes. I don't believe I do, no. Oh crap, I have so much iron in here right now. We're just gonna make a stack of 20. And I do have the solid fuel generator, so I can see if that'll work. Alright, 2 more. Alright, there we are. So I'm going to insulate this at some point. I just don't really need to do it at this exact moment. I can probably, the easiest way to do it would be to do it right here. Hey, perfect. We have water. Alright, so our plants are growing. I'm only planting 3 of those in case I run out of CO2 and lose those plants. Alright, so solid fuel generator. I really just need to hook this up to see if it actually produces CO2 for us. Which it doesn't look like it does. Interesting. Okay. So that does not produce CO2. Well, that's good to know. So I do need... Let's see here. I do need some more steel, which... Actually, we have quite a bit of steel. Alright, so let's make some more landing pads for our trader over here. So, could do a 5x5. It honestly might be better. How do I want to do this? Because I have 3x3 right now, 5x5, I can do 7x7. Copper and 5 steel. I think they do stacks at 10, so... Yeah, so let's make 10 more landing pads for us, and then I can kind of redo our landing area. Because if I can get some different types of traders, and mainly one that has seeds, that would be fantastic. Alright, you're annoying me. Error at line 20. Let's see, air at line 20. Oh. Oh yeah, I disabled the grow light, didn't I? Which I don't need the grow light stuff anymore, at least not in this section. Alright, so it'd be cooling start. Let's see if that works. Oops. Hey, perfect. Sweet, that was easy. Alright, well, we have... There's all 10. Alright. I do need some more steel sheets. We'll just grab the stack of 50. Okay, let's head outside. I think my main goal for this episode is to get seeds that I can use. Because we already have potato seeds. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there was a point there where we both didn't feel very good. Okay, so what do you have? Oh, you have a bunch of... I mean, I can just make all this. I'm not going to worry about trading for it. Could make 15 bucks selling electronic parts. Nah, you can leave. Wait a minute. Sir, your ship left without you. So if I try to dismantle this, I mean, it still lets me, so that's interesting. Okay, so, well, in that case, let's see how I want to actually do this. So landing pad, I could make a fairly big landing pad right here, which means I would need a bunch of steel frames, so... Okay, yeah, let's make a bunch of steel frames. I need a... I need a crap ton of steel frames, holy cow. Okay. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my normal 5x5 rooms, but I'm gonna make just one giant platform for our trader, because then I can also make a hangar too, which would be kind of fun. Although the hangar, I feel like, hmm. Actually, before I do that, maybe I'll just do a temporary landing pad over here. So we'll make some more steel frames for more of a temporary landing pad, and then I'm gonna build the hangar somewhere else because I don't want to interfere with our solar panels. And the hangar is gonna have to be taller than the rest of my base because some of those ships are massive. So I can't have it blocking our solar panel. I think I know how I'm actually gonna do that. Alright, so steel frames, steel frames. We'll take some more steel sheets. Alright, we should be fine. Okay, I think I know how I want to do that. So, what I'm kind of thinking we do here, because I do want to keep expanding our base, maybe what I'll do is I'll expand our base a little bit more, have another room right here, and then we'll have our hallway, like the 3x3 hallway, actually go this way and go that way, and then on the end over here we'll have our hangar. Maybe that'll actually look pretty good. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Because that's a 3x3. I could actually turn this into a 5x5 pretty easily. I would just have to move all of that. Because then that would at least allow me a little bit more. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Wait, can I use the crowbar on that robot guy? Oops. I mean, I have to do that regardless. Nope. Okay, let's see here. What do we need? We need a hand drill. And then an angle grinder. And then a hand drill. Alright, hang on one second. Alright. So we'll throw you there. We'll merge our steel sheets just so I can conserve inventory space. We'll take you. Oops, wrong one. I meant the drill. The downside is I'm gonna have a bunch of cable splatter out of here. I really like this tiny vending machine. It's kind of fun. Okay, well, we'll just do this. I wonder if loose stuff actually gets damaged in the solar storms. Alright, so what do I need for you? Crowbar, not crowbar. Then we need the angle grinder for you. And then we need the hand drill for this. Perfect. We'll merge you, and grab you. Okay, so now we need to get rid of all the heavy cable everywhere. Alright, perfect. So can I still place all of this down, even with the railings there? No. I'm gonna have to dismantle these railings really quick too, it looks like. There we go. Okay. Now let's place these down. I'm gonna have to make more. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I need 6 more because that's going to be the power. So yeah, I need 6 more landing pads. The thing you need to change over the code is move N1, move N2 lines. Yes, message input 1 is the side input. Move N1 and N2 lines. I mean, I want most of our stuff going through oxygen, which is input 2. So input 2 is 90%, input 1 is 10%. So that means I'll have a 5% for for CO2 and 5% for nitrogen, and then 90% for oxygen. Because you really don't need a whole lot of CO2 and nitrogen in your, at least in Stationeers atmosphere. In real life, it's mostly nitrogen, but that mixture should be correct. I need 6 more landing pads, so we'll do do 6 there. And then we'll do 30. Alright, there we are. Oh, the code, okay. I wasn't really gonna, well, like, I wasn't really gonna use code, like a whole lot of code for that specifically. I was just gonna do a simple compare code. Essentially, once the pressure in the pipe gets too high, it'll just automatically turn the gas mixer off, just to keep it from overpressuring and blowing up our base up. I wasn't gonna get too in depth with it. And landing pad. Okay, that should be all I need for the 5x5 landing pads anyways. I kind of wish some of these items would have higher stack limits. I know that you can download mods that'll actually do that, but... There we are. Alright, and let's grab some steel sheets. Yeah, this nuclear battery's pretty sweet, not gonna lie. Sweet. Big old landing pad. The code should work as out of the box, and you can use it to make any two gas mix like fuel and us. Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, we'll do it like this for right now, because then I can have... Alright, what do I need to actually continue building this? I need 10 cable. Oh, that was easy. Alright, and let's do the vending machine. Or I could do... I feel like... Where would be a good spot for this? Maybe right here. I just don't want it to clip. Wait, try breaking one of the blocks in the ground and placing the power instead of that block. Try breaking one of the blocks in the ground and placing the power instead of the block. What do you mean by that? I mean, I could do it right here too, and then have the computer railing is in the way. So let's try this. Oh, railing is still in the way. As long as the landing pad's not in the way, it is in the way. Gosh dang it. I wonder if I can place the landing pad once that's down. Let's test it out here really quick. Good God. There, can I place you now? Okay, good. And then can I place you? I can. Okay, that works. That's gonna look a little weird, but that's okay. Let's see, and then I do have... There we are. Okay, so the vending machine, it doesn't really matter where I place this. Place the vending machine right there even. And then I do need to place the computer So I guess the computer. Maybe placing the computer there because then I can just do a bunch of that. That'll work. I need to actually finish you before I do that. There we go. Okay, so what do we need to actually build this? I need steel sheets in my right hand, and then I need a wrench, and then plastic sheets to continue. That's easy. Alright, heck yeah. And then I do have flooring, which I can place right there. Sweet, okay. It is a little compact, but it does work for the time being. So now I just need to hook everything up. That's hooked up there. You're hooked up, you're hooked up. Alright, perfect. Five by five, orbit or oasis. I don't really need ores. That's the thing. Alright, so we'll see if I can't find some seeds here really quick. That would be really nice. And then you don't have a ship, dude. I might have to reload the game to actually get him to go home. Or maybe he's just forever stuck here. Who knows? The version of the code I use also makes fuel. Okay, that makes sense. Ooh. 6x6, really? Galactic groceries? I wonder if you would have seeds. Maybe. Well, let's see what this guy has. Because this is our first 5x5. Robot's your companion now. Yep, he lives with me. It actually would be kind of nice to have some NPC players that you could boss around. Or maybe boss around's not the right word. Like, who could help you in your daily tasks of keeping your base afloat. The ore trader, bring them down, you might be able to make some money. Okay, yeah. Once I see what these guys have, I'm gonna look at the ore trader. Land. Alright, I'm gonna turn you off and turn you off to conserve some power. There he is. I was like, where's he at? So I wonder if this robot is gonna be good for this guy or if I'm gonna have two robots. Uh, that sucks. So yeah, I need to gosh dang it. I need to move my medium satellite dish. Granted, that one's now destroyed. That sucks. Oh. Box of spray cans, battery cells, hard hat, angle grinder, labeler, demolition charge. I can make those. Plastic sheets, pipe. Heavy cable. I mean, I could pay them. Oxygen replenishment. Ship refill. Okay, well, there's nothing I really want to use. I just wanted to see what he had more than anything. And unfortunately, hey, he went home. Unfortunately, I accidentally destroyed this. That sucks. No. Gosh dang it. Man, that sucks. Oh well. I'm gonna have to move our medium satellite dish. But I should increase the area of our landing pad anyways. And my guy needs a shower. Apparently he's really stinky. Alright, so we are going to put our suit in here. Alright, so I need water. Perfect. CO2's okay. How are you guys doing? You're thriving. That's good. I'm probably fine actually. I don't really need the grow light in here right now, so I think we're fine for the time being. My guy does need a shower though. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now what I need... Can I just put the backpack on? I can. That's hilarious. Alright, let's eat some food here really quick. Good thing I'm growing more potatoes. So I'm gonna have to make another medium satellite dish. That sucks. I was not stellite, it was just steel. Steel, electrum, and solder. I don't have enough electrum though. Although, I do have enough gold. Now I just need to get enough silver, which I do believe I have 25 silver right here. Oh no, do I not have enough silver? I mean, I can rock 25. Alright, let's see here. Ingots, electrum. I just need less pressure. Alright, well, that's easy enough. So I need less than 2.4 MPa. There we are. Beautiful. There's 50 electrum for us. And then steel and solder. Solder and steel. And let's make another satellite dish. Gosh dang it. So, in my Mars playthrough, it's actually really funny because I had one of our traders crash into our base, which was a little bit fun. It was actually kind of cool. But I misjudged the landing pad. Speaking of a landing pad, so where do I need to put... I could have like a satellite tower. That'd be kind of cool. I'll figure out where I want to place it. Alright, that's almost done. So in the meantime, I guess what I can do is I can keep working on our pipe network. I do need to go and grab some more oxide and nitrous and stuff so I can keep filling up our base. And once I get like an actual landing pad, I guess what I can do here, because I can have a landing pad over here for some of the smaller ships, and I can do like a legit hangar somewhere else. So I can have like essentially two areas. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe I'll end up doing that. How about automated lights in production and plant room? I should do that. Alright, so there's our medium satellite dish. So we have that. If I'm going to automate the lights, then I need an integrated circuit, which I just need gold. Thankfully, I have a bunch of gold. And then I need a housing, which I need copper. Which I have a dumb amount of copper, too. Alright. Alright. So now that that's being made, let's head outside here so I can figure out how I want to do this without having our base destroyed. Or not our base, but our satellite dish, because that was not fun. Alright, so I can't place it right there. We missed some debris. Like, if I place it right here, I feel like that would still get hit. Could place it right here. Actually, right here might not be bad. If I place a satellite dish here, I can place this over here in the computer. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. That actually might work better. Okay, well, let's redo all this. I need a hand drill. If you want gases, head to space. Yeah, I'm gonna build a rocket at some point. We'll have a landing pad, and then we'll have a... Or maybe what I'll do is I'll repurpose this as the rocket, like, launch platform once I figure out where I want to place our actual hangar. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. That makes more sense, actually. Alright, well, I'm going to have to redo some of this here. Oh, too far. There we go. Sweet, okay. That's turned on. And then I need to dismantle you, which is a crowbar and the hand drill. Yeah, we'll just put you right there for right now. Because I'm going to end up getting rid of this room, too. Okay, and then I'm going to have to delete you, 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 you. And I'm going to have to get rid of you and you. To place this. Alright, that should be enough room. And it shouldn't hit the satellite dish either, so we should be good. God. And then I need a wrench. And then a plastic sheet, which I don't have a plastic sheet. Actually, I do have a plastic sheet because I'm going to dismantle this wall. There we go. That worked. Alright, let's hook everything up and see if this works. Actually, everything else is pretty much hooked up here. Yeah, perfect. The only downside is how far the computer is away. Let's see what these guys have. Oops. Yeah, that actually works quite a bit better because then the satellite dish doesn't shouldn't get hit. Alright, well, since I have all this done, I can actually replace this flooring. You decided to place your mean dish on a tower later, build a small. Oh, I never thought about doing that. That actually makes sense. I typically just do a bunch of dials and just program it that way, but I never thought of using the small satellite dish because I have a small satellite dish on me. Oh, crap. There we go. That looks better. All right, what do you got? Bulk water, nitrous oxide, dirty volatiles. We have steam. There's actually quite a bit of things. And then, yeah, so all the ore I can actually sell. Dang, you can make a lot of money. Nitrous would be the perfect one. Or water. Ship repair, box of muffins. Pumpkin pie. Okay. That's not bad. Let's see. Let's do. You did a cable. Astromart. Yeah, that's actually set. I'm gonna actually try that because once I have um, a hangar built, I'm gonna put the satellite. Like I'm gonna build the large one and put that on top of the hangar, and then I can use the small one to actually program it. That'd be kind of cool because in my Europa playthrough, I did kind of the same thing, but I used displays and dials to actually tell me what everything was. All right, so that's what you have. So let's depart you because I want to try the Astromart and see what he has. Plus, this one's a 5x5, so I want to make sure it's not going to hit. It shouldn't hit the satellite dish. The satellite dish is not overlapping. So we should be fine. And then I wonder how our plants are doing in there. Also, I have a bunch of pipe and stuff in here that I can repurpose, and I have a couple of passive vents. A little bit of everything. All right, let's land you. Turn you off to conserve some power. There he is. Please don't hit. Oh, that made me nervous. But we are good. What's up, dude? Ooh, you have some cereal bars. Oh, you actually have a lot. Carton of eggs. That'd be good to get chickens. Sugar, CO2 filters, chem lights, hand sanitizer. Okay. Soy oil. I need soy oil, but I don't want to buy soy oil. I want soybeans. So at least I know what you have now. So, okay. Well, for right now, I do want to try to get soybeans. I might have to do that in between episodes just because of how long this might take. Oops. Let's turn you all the way to 90 degrees and I'll see if anything good pops up. I think there's a way to program the satellite dish to move faster, isn't there? I think there's a way you can do it with logic. Uh-oh, my air tank's getting low. I'm gonna have to swap that out here pretty quick. Space chickens. Yeah, I could do chickens. The downside to chickens is because I thought at one point they used to like they would inhale oxygen and output CO2, but I think they just inhale oxygen is all they do. Galactic groceries. Hmm. All right, well, let's go take care of our oxygen here really quick before I do anything else. And then maybe what I'll do is in between episodes, I'll see if I can't find some soybeans just so I can start growing those. But I do want to start working on our, yeah, I want to start redoing this room and then finish working on our hydroponics room. Oh, crap. I meant to do this. There we go. Alright, so our logic and our housing is done in here. So I'm just going to do a little quick code to automate the lights in here, and then I can keep expanding upon the code. Oops, gosh dang it. No, that works. Nope, don't put that back yet. And then I need an occupancy sensor. Which I need iron, which I have iron here. I just need the one. Actually, we can just put the occupancy sensor right here. There we go. Sweet. Beautiful. All right. So we will clear this out. Room sensor E0. R0. And then we'll do light start, load. that's right. I need to do define. Let's see, lights, and I need the round lights. There's the hash. There we go. And then I can continue adding to the code as I need to. Line 5. Gosh dang it. It's always something. Oh, wait a minute. Device hash, logic type. That's how I did it last time. Pretty sure that's how I did it over here. Gosh dang it. It's always something. Let's see here. Oh, that's why. Okay. There's no activate. It's on, not activate. Gosh dang it. There we go. That'll fix it. There we are. Yeah, so we'll put this on there for right now, and then as I need to expand our logic in this room, I can do that. Well, that'll conserve the power in the rooms that I'm not actually in. Granted, I'm not really too worried about power, but... Alright, so our plants look like they're doing pretty good. Let's see. So I think the main thing I want to continue working on is expanding our pipe network throughout our main base, and then redoing our hallway here. But this is thriving quite nicely. I also need to go and grab some more nitrous and oxide. Alright, let's do this. Because it is daytime out, I do have a better chance of finding what I'm looking for. So yeah, we'll go and look for some oxide and nitrous while it's daytime outside, and then once night hits, we'll come back here and work on the inside of our base. I do want to clear off some of my inventory though, so we're going to replace these railings, at least for right now. Oh, I can't actually replace them on here, can I? Can I do it like this? Oh, I can. I can't do it here though. We'll just do it like this. A lunatic chicken? I actually love that name. Beautiful. That actually worked really well. Sweet. Okay. So that freed up a little bit of our inventory, so let's go see if we can't find some nitrous and oxide. Which there's some over there, but there's a bunch of it down here. There's also some ice down here too, which I can use. But we have a bunch of oxide right here. Along with a bunch of coal too. Alright, we're going to mine some of this coal because I can actually burn this for CO2. Yeah, so I can burn this for CO2, and then I have an unlimited supply of coal, so I'm not worried about wasting coal. God, there's so much coal here. Okay. There's more oxide over here. Did you add a mod to increase view distance? Looks like you can see further. No, I don't have any mods installed at all. I just increased my view distance through the settings. I like being able to see it a little bit further. So I tried to use it in the generator, and that doesn't give you coal. I didn't actually try it in the arc furnace, which I do have an arc furnace, so I'll try it in the arc furnace. Yeah, because I did try it in the solid fuel generator, and that did not give me any CO2 burning degassed coal. So I'm hoping it actually works in the arc furnace. All right. Well, that's probably hopefully enough for right now. It's our base. Arc arc furnace does not give. Yeah, so I did try it in the solid fuel generator, which did not work. I didn't try it in the arc furnace, but if you're saying the arc furnace isn't going to work, then yeah, degassed coal doesn't do anything for you. Although, I do have just normal coal here, which should give us some CO2. And that is actually. It's also increasing our temperature too. So yeah, that's actually working. Okay, let's do... We're gonna do this. This will also help with our heating issue because our base is actually heating up quite a bit. Come on. All right, so we have quite a bit of pressure in here. Hey, it's working. All right, let's turn this on. Oh crap. I forgot to swap the gosh dang it. Oopsies. I forgot to do a thing. Yeah, I forgot to swap our filters around. Gosh dang it. Okay, now we're good. Now I have to wait for all these tanks to empty again, though. Alright, let's wait till everything says 0. So the oxygen one was actually fine. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this too, aren't I? There we go. Gosh dang it. It's kind of easier on the eyes having less lights in here. Alright, you're almost completely empty. You're almost empty. Everything has CO2 in here. Okay. And we have this empty. This should be empty here pretty quick. And this should be empty here pretty quick. Empty. And then empty. Sweet. Okay. There we are. Now let's try to redo this again. There we are. Perfect. Okay. Nitrous oxide, check. Nitrogen, check. CO2, check. Alright. Now, let's try this again. Alright, let's grab our tablet. O2, CO2, nitrogen, nitrous oxide. Perfect. That's actually working really well. And that's actually evaporating, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, and then what I actually need to do now, place you there, 50-50. Oops, let's do 90. Okay. Yeah, that is going a little slower than how I would probably want, so I might have to do this. I guess I could try to do this another way. I could probably just keep all that on for right now. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it though, and if it starts to overpressure, I'm gonna have to actually be careful with that. So for right now, we will put these back on. And then I need another flat wall right there for that, but that does look quite a bit better. Yeah, I might have to redo this, but it is working for right now. So let's turn you off. So, because we have a bunch of oxygen in here, what I'm kind of thinking we might have to do... Maybe instead of gas mixers, I could just have our oxygen pipe right here. I think I know how I could do that. I'm gonna have to test it out in between episodes. I do like this setup here, but it's not really pressurizing our base how I want it to. It is safe to run a coal generator in the base if the coal is degassed. Granted, even if it's not degassed, it's still a good way for me to get CO2. Oh, my tablet's right here, that's why. I was like, where'd the tablet go? Alright, so I think I know how I actually want to do this. Maybe instead of gas mixers, I can just use volume pumps. Actually, that might not be a bad way to do it. Yeah, maybe I'll use volume pumps instead of gas mixers. That might be a decent way to do it. One thing I do need to do, though, is I need to redo this here. Because that's going to have to go out on this side over here. There we go. So let's drop you. We'll grab you. And we'll do that. There we are. Sweet. And then let's head outside so I can actually work on that. Before I do that, because I'm going to keep forgetting unless I do this. Let's see, we have all of our steel in here. So let's make... Oh, flat walls. That's exactly what I want. We're just going to make a full stack of flat walls. Oh, there's more oxide in here too. That's hilarious. There we go. Okay, now let's head outside so I can actually work on that. Yeah, I think I know how I'm gonna end up doing that. Because I can use volume pumps to actually just... Uh-oh, we have a solar storm. I might have to wait until the solar storm is over before... Yeah, I'm gonna wait till the solar storm is over. Maybe our plants will grow extra fast in the intense sunlight. Hey, seeding. Perfect. Well, I guess in the meantime, I can... Yeah, let's do this. I just need to get rid of these three right here. That's it. So, yeah, what I'm thinking I do is I could do a volume... Well, I wouldn't do a volume pump here because I would just have the pure oxygen. Could do a volume pump here and a volume pump like right here or something. Because I wouldn't need a whole lot of CO2 and nitrogen. Hmm. Turn you off. Let's do this. There we go. Oops, let's do this. Let's do that. That way we'll have a constant supply of oxygen coming out. And then I guess what I could do is I can program it to where we'll have a proper ratio. So this will only turn on once there's not enough CO2 and nitrogen in this pipe, which means that I have an extra one of these that I don't actually need, at least not right now. That actually might work better. And then I have an extra one of these for right now. Let's see, how's our oxygen levels doing and our CO2 levels? Let's turn you on. Actually, it might be too hot in here, so I'm gonna have to hook up our cooling system too. Alright, that's actually working quite well. I don't really want to do anything outside while the solar storm is on us. Alright. Let's see. Pressure differential. Sound like something's leaking over here. I guess it's just the sound of the filtration unit, so okay. Alright, so in the meantime, I think what I'm gonna end up doing is I need to go outside so I can actually work on our network, on our pipe network here. Let's see. Then we have nitrogen. Where's all of my piping at? Let's put this over here. Yeah, we'll just do this for now. Okay, yeah. Please tell me I can... Oh, I can't. Gosh dang, I'm gonna have to dismantle the wall, aren't I? Ooh, I need to be careful. There we go. Alright, so that's our nitrogen, which is right there. And then we have nitrous oxide, which is right there. Perfect. And then, yeah, in between episodes, I'm gonna switch everything to long pipes just to kind of help our computing power a little bit more. So then we'll have Alright, the solar storm is done, so I can actually go outside now. And then while I'm thinking about it, let's grab you. And do that. Steel sheets.
Hunger caution.
Heck yeah. Nice, this is actually working quite nicely. There we are. Let's do that, and let's do this. Okay, perfect. So let's drink some water. We'll eat some food. I should have some more potatoes here pretty quick. Gosh dang it. And then the next thing I need to work on is I need to work on our cooling. Speaking of, wow, that nitrogen's hot. Alright, well, let's take care of that. So let's head outside. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, and these aren't working quite as well as I was hoping they would. Gosh dang it. I can always add more of those too if I need to. Alright, so that should help with the cooling. It's not going to be 100% efficient, but that's okay. And then I need to go in here. There we are. Let's do that. That's all I really needed to do inside this one anyways. Merge you, throw that there. Sweet. And then this one I can leave how it is. Alright, perfect. Nice. Alright, let's see if there's any new traders available. See if I can't find some seeds. Payless liquids. Payless liquids, that's hilarious. That's like my whole goal is to find some more seeds. I want soybeans is what I want. So I can improve our food production. Get better food. Still nothing. Planetary produce. Actually, what's planetary produce? Have I seen that one yet? Alright, you should be done here pretty quick. I don't know if I've seen planetary produce yet, so let's see what this one has to offer. See what he has. And then I think what I'm going to do for the rest of the episode is I'm going to work on the inside of our base, expanding our pipe network, and then redoing everything inside. I'm going to keep the shower where it is for right now, but I'm gonna switch that up too at some point. Oh yeah, I've already seen this one. Tomato soup, condensed milk, cocoa powder. I could sell, I wish I had soybeans. I could sell a bunch of potatoes. That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, it looks freaking fantastic. That looks amazing. Like, Earth looks so good from here. Alright, well, we're going to go inside and continue working on the inside of our base, and then in between episodes, I'm going to see if I can't find some soybeans. I'm going to have to see if I can't find a trader that'll trade it to me, though. So, let's check our potatoes first. Hey, potato seeds. Right, you're growing poorly. Why are you growing poorly? There's still water. There's enough CO2. So why are you growing poorly? Let's do this. Let's grab the, yeah, let's grab the plant analyzer. Alright, I need iron. Where's all the iron at? Oh, it's right here. Gosh dang it. And then I need a tablet. I could do the advanced tablet. Or, I have an idea. Let's do another handheld tablet. Because then I can place another tablet thing inside our hydroponics room. I have an idea on how I want to do that. What I just made. Oh crap. Well, now I have two tablets. Really? I forgot to place a chute there. What the frick? Gosh dang it. Well, now I have two tablets. I think I already have... I just need a small battery because I'm going to have it charging indefinite. Actually, I have small batteries. What am I doing? Go. Silicon. Iron and copper. Well, we have copper. And then I believe all the iron I have is in the electronics printer. There we go. Alright, so this is the one that has... Alright, perfect. And then I'm gonna have to put a grow light in there too. And then I'm gonna have to automate all these lights and stuff as well. So for right now, let's place... Doesn't really matter where I place it actually. Could put it right there for right now. That'll work. Just put you there. Let's do that. And let's hook you up. Perfect. Potato seeds. Okay, let's see. Growth efficiency. Max ideal. Current temperature. Yeah, so it's too hot in here for one. Which means I'm going to have to hook up our coolant system in here. But for right now, I do have seeds. So we do have some extra potatoes. Sweet. Okay, perfect. So then what I'm going to do for the rest of the episode is we're going to work on getting our coolant system up and running. Speaking of our coolant system, let's go see how our nitrogen's doing since I placed those radiators. Alright, that's actually dropping quite fast. Yeah, so it looks like we have 2% nitrogen, 3% carbon dioxide in our base. At least in that pipe there. So it's not 100% accurate, but once I start hooking up more active vents to our oxygen network, it should kind of level itself out a little bit. Yeah, so that's actually working. 67. I might have to play around with the radiators too, because that's a little bit hotter than what I want. Or I could just use air conditioners, like that's another thing I could do. Alright, so let's deconstruct these. And then I'm gonna have to get rid of this and place this somewhere. That I actually might be able to place right here. How do I want to do this? So if I place a transformer here, because I kind of want to place more vents along this wall right here. And then I'd have to place the I guess I could place the transformer wherever. I could place a transformer along this wall even. Like that would work. Okay, we're gonna do this. Let's go and grab another transformer. Actually, I need 3 transformers. There we go. So we're going to make 3 more transformers. So I can figure out where I need to place this one. I mainly just don't want to lose any power. And then we'll put more vents and coolers and heaters right here. And then I can put some more, I can kind of place them everywhere actually. Or we'll just do that. We'll just do a stack of 5. That'll work too. Do transformer right there like that. And then we can do that. We'll make sure you're turned on. Oops. We can do something like this. And then hook it up that way. So let's head outside for a minute. Hook this up to power. And then I'm going to try to swap around our radiators while I'm out here too. There we go. See if that maybe does it a little bit better. There we are. Okay. So this should be hooked up to power. Let's see here. Nope, that's working way better. Heck yeah. Okay, well, that's good. So that should help to cool our base a little bit more. Here, let's just do that for right now. Then this can come down like this. Let's see, I do have a cable coming through. Right here. Okay, now theoretically I should be able to... Oh heck yeah, that actually worked out perfectly. Okay. And then what I can do is I can get rid of this cable there. We can do that. Nice. Okay. So then with our pipe network, let's see. It's not white. I have white pipe right here. So we have oxygen, nitrogen, nitrous oxide. All right, perfect. All right, so we'll expand everything to the middle right here so far. So I think how I want to try to do this here is we're going to have our power... You know, we'll have our lights in the center right here. So I can do our lights right here. Yeah, that'll actually work really well. So we can do light, 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 light. I mean, heck, I can't even do a light right there. Alright, and then the end of the stream is here pretty quick. So I kind of want to finish this really quick and then I'll end the episode. Trying to figure out this part was kind of a pain though, how I wanted to do all of this. Because typically, in my Mars playthrough specifically, I did a 5x5 for every room, and that included all the hallways and stuff too, which made it easier because I had more room for cables and pipes and lights and all that stuff. But I like the look of the skinnier hallways. So I want to try to figure out a way to actually do this. So actually what I can do... Oh yeah, I can't do it that way, can I? I can actually do it over here. Because I could have the wire going up this way, but I'd have a circuit issue if I did that. So, I mean, I can essentially have it go through wherever. I mean, I could have it come through right here even. To do that, and then what we can do is all the lights I have. Grab you. There we go. That might be overkill for the lights, actually, now that I think about it. I could do like every other or something, but I can figure that out. But essentially, that makes it so I can have the lights kind of in the middle here, and I can have that on either side, and then all the piping in the middle. So that actually works really well. And then what I can do to connect both sides up is I can just do something like this. I can just run a cable across. Oh yeah, that actually works really well. Oh yeah. And then we'll have enough room for volatiles and our pollutant, along with all the other piping, and then I should be able to expand actually quite fast since I did figure out how I actually want to do this. So with that being said, I'm going to call the episode here. In the next episode, I'm going to completely redo all of this. I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to put all the lockers in here. I'll have a... So yeah, we're going to have some active vents, the coolers and the heaters in here. Since our nitrogen's cooling, that should cool our base quite a bit faster. I'm going to place a couple of lockers in here for our ores. I need to actually hook this up too so I can start cooling our nitrogen for our coolant for our furnace. I'm going to redo all of this. What I would like to do is make a, like a living quarters for me. And then we're going to place this... This I could place in the... I could place this in the atmospherics room, but I feel like it would be better to actually have this near our main door so that I can just pop inside really quick, swap our oxygen out, and not have to run through the entirety of our base. I'll have to figure that out in the next episode. But yeah, since I kind of know how the layout's going to go now, I should be able to expand quite a bit faster. And then I just need a crap ton more pipe so I can actually get all the pipe I need to bring the nitrogen in this way so I can cool down this room, because this room's actually getting quite hot. Actually, my entire base is getting quite hot. But with our nitrogen cooling down faster now, we should start to have, yeah, that's at -7 degrees Celsius. So our base should start to cool quite a bit faster. I just need to hook up all more wall coolers and stuff, which shouldn't be a huge issue. But yeah, I'm going to call the episode here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching.